1. Hook. Imagine launching your startup with just 10 users, yet needing a cloud architecture that scales as you grow. What if I told you, you can design an AWS architecture that's not only cost-effective but also incredibly resilient? Let's dive in. You want to ensure your application performs well for your users without breaking the bank. For a 10-user startup, every dollar counts. You need a solid foundation to build on, something that grows with you. 3. The simple explanation: AWS offers a range of services, but not all are necessary for a small startup. The key is to use what you need and avoid over-engineering. Here's a straightforward blueprint. Compute: use Amazon EC2 or AWS Lambda for your application logic. Storage: use Amazon S3 for static files and Amazon RDS for relational databases. Networking: use Amazon VPC for security and separation. Monitoring: use CloudWatch for performance management. This architecture can handle your startup's needs today while providing a path for future growth. 4. Real-world example. Let's talk about a real-world scenario. A startup I worked with had 10 users in the first month. They launched a simple web application using AWS. They started with a single EC2 instance running a Node.js application. They used Amazon S3 for file storage and Amazon RDS for their MySQL database. Initially, they budgeted $200 a month. They used the AWS free tier effectively, managing to keep costs down. By the end of the first month, their application was serving about 100 requests per minute. The EC2 instance handled it well, but they noticed latency increasing during peak hours. By the second month, they scaled to a load-balanced configuration with 2 EC2 instances, which increased availability and reduced response time by 30%. They spent a total of $250 that month, but the performance improvement was worth the extra cost. The architecture allowed them to grow without a complete redesign. 5. What to do instead. Now let's break down the steps to design your AWS architecture. 1. Define your use case. Determine the main functionalities your app will provide. For 10 users, keep it simple. 2. Choose your compute. Start with AWS Lambda for serverless applications. If you need a server, go with a single EC2 instance. Choose T2.micro for lightweight apps. It's free for the first year under the free tier. 3. Select your storage. Use Amazon S3 for storing images and files. Use RDS for structured data. Start with db.t2.micro to keep costs low. 4. Set up networking. Create a virtual private cloud to isolate your resources. Set up subnets, route tables, and security groups. Restrict inbound traffic to only necessary ports. 5. Implement monitoring. Use CloudWatch to set up alarms for CPU utilization and request counts. Set thresholds, like an alarm for 70% CPU usage, to notify you before performance issues arise. 6. Test and optimize. Run load tests using tools like Apache JMeter or AWS's own load testing tools. Optimize based on the data gathered. If you see consistent load, consider scaling out. 7. Plan for growth. Choose auto-scaling options for your EC2 instances. Consider using AWS Elastic Beanstalk for automatic scaling and management as the user base grows. 6. Common mistakes. Now, let's discuss 5 common mistakes and how to avoid them. 1. Overcomplicating the architecture. Keep it simple. Focus on essential components that serve your current user base. 2. Ignoring cost management. Set a budget and use AWS budgets to keep track of spending. Review your costs weekly. 3. Neglecting security. Avoid using root access for daily tasks. Set up IAM roles with necessary permissions only. 4. Not planning for traffic spikes. Implement auto-scaling from the start. This prevents crashes during unexpected traffic surges. 5. Failing to monitor. Don't wait until something breaks. Set up CloudWatch alarms to proactively manage your resources. 7. Quick checklist before you launch. Here's a quick checklist. Defined use case, selected compute instance, configured storage, established networking setup, implemented monitoring and alarms, created a budget in AWS billing, set up auto-scaling policies. 8. Summary plus CTA. Designing AWS architecture for a 10-user startup doesn't have to be overwhelming. Focus on simplicity, scalability, and cost-effectiveness. By following this step-by-step framework, you can build a robust system that grows with your business. If you found this information helpful, drop a comment below with your questions or experiences. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth tech insights. Let's build something great together. Bonus practical tip: if you're unsure what to pick, start with the simplest option that ships today. Then measure for 7 days, latency, errors, deploy time, and cost. Only upgrade when metrics force the decision, not fear.